And it's right there. It's just on the county line between Highway 31 there, between Escambia County, Alabama, Conecuh County. See all these bright colors? Those mean some very strong winds are in there, okay? So basically it's the radar saying the raindrops are moving very quickly, okay? So it's very strong wind gusts in here. And I mentioned this earlier. We've got a wind gust of 81 miles per hour out of this system, looks like. They're going to assess, the National Weather Service is going to assess the equipment to make sure it's right. That's from Pensacola, but they think it's right because there's an 18-wheeler blown over on the Escambia Bay Bridge around that time. So very strong winds out of this system. So Claudette did have some surprises for us in that sense. So a bit stronger with the winds, but you can see right now some very strong winds here around Castleberry. Right now, a tornado warning here for that area. So this is the area of most concern because this is where we do have, once again, another tornado warning. All right, and yeah, they're saying right around Kirkland right now. Where's Kirkland? I think I just saw that a second ago. So that was actually just to the south. So there's Kirkland. So that was another report there of tornado around Kirkland. And now we're up in Castleberry proper. So right around Castleberry on County Road 6. And I get zoomed in and gets so many colors. I know it gets a little confusing, so I'm trying to zoom back out. But just be aware, if you're in Conecuh County, you need to be taking shelter. That's the main thing here. Conecuh County, take shelter. This is the area of concern. Right here is where we're seeing some very strong wind gusts, the possibility of tornadoes. Keeping track of all of this here for you as it continues to track off to the north. All right, yes, they are continuing the tornado warning until 8:15 here this morning. And once again, 8 miles east of Castleberry, 11 miles southeast of Evergreen, moving north at 55 miles per hour. So that is Castleberry. Once again, this is Conecuh County. And this one has a history of being spotted as an actual tornado. So it's right through here on Highway 31. So Evergreen, I don't know why it says Evergreen's over here. Evergreen's actually right here. The mapping is a little off on that. Evergreen is actually right here. So this is going to track right up towards Evergreen and really right up towards I-65 as well. So that's always an issue when you have a possible tornado obviously crossing the interstate. So we're going to be watching here that as this continues to track north. Evergreen once again right here, I-65 right here, and this is going to track right up there, up Highway 31. So that's going to be a dicey situation. A dicey situation there here as we're watching this continue to track here off to the north. Let me get it back on the radar scan here for you so you can see that. So zoom on down. And you can see there's Evergreen right there. And you can see the moderate rain falling right now, but it's got some heavy rain right to the south with the possible tornado right around Castleberry. So that is the area where we think there's a possibility of a tornado being down on the ground. And I'm going to get you that velocity picture once again. I'll widen it out a little bit. And there it is. It continues to track right up 31. Basically dead up 31 here is what we're looking at. So if you're just joining, we're dealing obviously with Tropical Storm Claudette. Claudette has produced obviously a ton of rain here around the area this morning, but it's also produced a number of tornadoes, and these have verified. We've had some real deal tornadoes out of this system here today. And it's the kind of thing that can happen with any landfalling tropical system. We usually do run a risk. Now, some tropical systems produce them, others don't. This one has been able to produce a number of them. And basically just a lot of turbulence in the atmosphere, and it can create these spin-up tornadoes, and that's what's happened here today. And we got one right now on Highway 31. This is Conecuh County. This is I-65 that goes right up here. So right through Conecuh County, and Evergreen's right here. And I know it says Evergreen over here, but it's not mapped correctly. Evergreen's actually right here. And Highway 31 cuts up into Evergreen. There's I-65. And it's going to go right through town, it looks like. So if you're in Evergreen, you need to be taking shelter right now. It is on the way. And once again, earlier this was a spotted tornado here for us. So be aware of that. It's a situation you're going to want to stay inside, away from the windows, take shelter. You know the drill. You've done it before. going to need to do it right now if you're in Evergreen or anywhere in Conecuh County. It's going to cut, like I said, right up Highway 31. That's where these bright colors are. Right through here is where we could possibly have that tornado. So that is the area of concern, the area that we're watching. Yet another possibility of yet another tornado here out of Tropical Storm Claudette. So I know some folks, it can be surprising, I think, to some folks that these storms can produce tornadoes. You think of a tropical system, you think of different kinds of weather, but maybe tornadoes don't really come to top of mind. But it's a possibility that is always there on the right side of any landfalling tropical system. So you have to be in a certain sector. There it is. Once again, there's that tornado warning for Evergreen. And you can see there's no watch up there, so that tornado warning is basically all on its own. This is the only one that we've seen inland like this. So, like I said, Claudette's had a few surprises for us. So this is another one producing a tornado this far inland. Usually what's going to happen with a landfalling tropical system like this one is they're going to spin up over the water, over the Gulf, where there's not much friction. And then as they go on land, they typically will fall apart. Usually don't get one way up here like this, but that's what's happened this morning. So we got one possibly up here close to Evergreen here with a tornado warning, and have it right there. I'm going to go and watch this in the motion. It kind of helps you see somewhere around Bruton is where it first was picked up and where the warning first came along, and it's continued to work its way to the north there along Highway 31. Evergreen proper is right here, so we're getting this tornado right through town. Here's I-65. It may be going right up I-65 right now. So we got it's a dangerous situation when you have something like this. Even if it's not producing a tornado that's on the ground, the wind gusts in this are really strong. We've seen earlier in an 18-wheeler that was blown over on the Escambia Bay Bridge, and when you have something like this going over the interstate, that's always a concern. So that's what's happening right now. It's going right through that area in Evergreen, I-65, Highway 31, and they're getting a possible tornado there crossing the highway. It's all part of the larger system. You can see there's that heavy rain. Heavy rain goes back down through Baldwin County all the way down to the southern end of the county. You can see the good news is once that main line passes you, things do improve. Things are better now in Mobile County. Still some scattered rain around, but not like what they had earlier. We had this. Now that's over in Baldwin County where they're seeing some very heavy rain. And of course we got this storm up in Conecuh County producing the possibility of a tornado now north of Castleberry, kind of coming up to this I-65 Highway 31 interchange and basically right around Evergreen. Back south, you can see Mobile not doing nearly as bad. You got one little shower left over that's pushing off to the east. Eastern Shore, Daphne Fairhope, improving conditions there. Gulf Shores getting into the secondary line. Orange Beach, you're kind of still waiting, but eventually you're going to get into that as well with some very heavy rain. And let me get back up to that velocity. I want to make sure we keep tracking that possible tornado, especially now that it's likely entering Evergreen at this point. So Evergreen up in Conecuh County, obviously, hopefully you're taking shelter because that is now in town. So there's the town of Evergreen right there, and it's basically right there. So let me see if I can't get more of the roads to show up here for you so you can see it a little better. All right, so anyway, it's right there along I-65, Highway 31. So right here where I-65 and 31 kind of come close together, that is where the circulation is showing up. This is the center of Evergreen right here, and it is working its way right towards there here this morning. So we have a possible tornado once again. This was spotted as a tornado earlier when it was down in Escambia County. Now it's up in Conecuh County. And there it is, showing up pretty clearly right through here. I mean, clearly to me. I'm sorry, I know these things can be a lot confusing, but we put up this imagery because it's the best way to really look inside and see where these circulations are. It's like an X-ray into the storm. We're really looking inside the storm and seeing where the winds are circulating, and that's where we're seeing it right through here. That bright color here, and the darker red next to it showing winds moving in different directions there. And I can keep tracking it along because I know where it's been. We can continue to see where it's going to go. And it's moving to the north pretty quickly now at around 55 miles per hour. So it's that one right there. It's coming up towards Highway 84. So it's likely gone across or going across I-65 right now. And then here's Highway 84. So it's right there. It's going to go up Highway 84, Laurie Road. And Nichburg is over here. So here's I-65. Evergreen, center of Evergreen's right here. So it's going right to the west side of town there. So there's a situation, once again, having to deal with another possible tornado out of this system. We had some damage we know of for sure on the causeway down towards Dauphin Island. We're checking to see if there's some damage from the one that was in Baldwin County over on the southeast side. It went through a lot of rural areas though, so don't know yet if we've got any damage out of that one. This one is going through a fairly rural area, but it's moving into a more populated area near Evergreen now. So now this is why you see that strong circulation there. Real concern here for folks in and around Evergreen. Once again, stay in shelter. Heavy rain along with that. Very heavy rain, obviously. Let me zoom in there, and I'll keep the looping information up so you can really see it. And you can see that, look at that bright, dark red spot there. That is some super heavy rain right on the Highway 84, right about where we think that possible tornado was at. So very heavy rain right there. That's Evergreen, I-65, Castleberry, Repton. Heavy, heavy rain up here with this possible tornado. So we got multiple issues here going on right now. But this is what a tropical system does. It brings multiple issues. And got the camera shots up now again. That top one there is Gulf Shore. So look at the palm trees there. It is windy out there this morning. And you can see there's Orange Beach. You can see how rough that surf is. Basically, everything is a white cap out there. And then we got down here, we got the causeway. We've had water in the road on the causeway due to the strong south winds blowing the bay up onto the causeway. So we got some issues out there too. So kind of a, you know, the buffet of everything you get here with the tropical system Claudette is bringing here for us today. You can see the rain here heavily across Baldwin County right now. And once again, here's some of that heavy rain up around Evergreen from the warned storm. And then we got the heavy rain. We've got one last good shower here coming from Mobile, crossing the bay, going over towards the eastern shore. Heavy rain, Magnolia Springs, Robertsdale, Summerdale, and Foley right now. That is working its way east. It's about to get heavier in Alberta. Gulf Shores, rain's beginning to pick up. Orange Beach is still fairly light for you, but your rain will pick up in just a little while. Got some heavy rain around Gateswood. Improving conditions around Bay Minette and Stockton and Saraland. And bigger picture. So the actual center of circulation is now probably just to the north of New Orleans. And you can see the rain trailing down into the Gulf of Mexico. But the center is here. So it's still, we still got to drag that center along to get it out of here. And it's going to take a little bit of time, but things are improving even now in some areas. By 9 a.m., most areas west of 65 really beginning to see improvements. A few showers still bubble up behind that main line, so don't get me wrong. I'm not telling you once that main line's gone, you're done with rain. No, there's still going to be some scattered showers here, and some of these will be heavy. I mean, these little squalls that come in behind a tropical system, they can briefly be quite heavy. So, yeah, but they're brief and they move along pretty quickly. And so those continue throughout the early part of the afternoon. The second half of the afternoon looks like it'll be fairly quiet, but once again, a few squalls will be around. This has been where Claudette's had a bit of a surprise for us. It's been windy with this system for what was going to be a weak system coming in over there in Louisiana. We've got some stout winds out of the system. Close to 50 in Mobile, 46 at Brookley Field, Milton 51. Then you see the 81 mile per hour wind gust. Yeah, 81 miles per hour. And they're checking the equipment, but the Weather Service thinks that's a legit number because like I mentioned earlier, an 18-wheeler got blown over there on the Escambia Bay Bridge around the same time. So stout winds out of this system here today. Let's go offshore. You can see right now, look at the waves, 10 feet. This is why I really want to keep people out of the water. So as the rain ends, hopefully people don't decide to, hey, look, the beach. No, let's not do that today. nor unfortunately tomorrow, maybe not even Monday. It's going to take some time before things calm down out there in the water. Once again, main issue right now we're keeping track of is up around Evergreen, Conecuh County. We have a tornado warning. And yeah, there was another confirmation of a tornado with this one. So this one's been spotted multiple times. It was spotted around Castleberry again. And so what's the area that we're keeping, I know you're going to have to kind of trust me on this, but I'm telling you right, what we're looking at is, I'm going to get you a little ring so I can point out. It's that right there. That is the area of circulation. It's moving to the north at around 50, 55 miles per hour. So it's cooking along pretty good. Evergreen proper is right here. So this has gone right through the west side of town. This has been spotted several times. So we've had a tornado on the ground with this one through parts of Escambia County near Bruton, and now up into Conecuh County as well. This has been spotted up here too. So I know it's kind of hard to pick out, but it is this thing right here, these bright colors that you're seeing. That is the likely tornado there. Once again, working its way off to the north. Looks like up along Highway 83, and it's going to continue to work its way north there through Conecuh County here. So if you're in Conecuh County, you need to be taking shelter. It's just now passing by Evergreen. So if you're south now of Highway 84, you're okay. You're out of this one, all right? This has moved past you at this point. Anywhere south of 84, this one is now past you. It's continuing to work its way north here along Highway 83. So Highway 83, once again, sort of paralleling, looks like to the west of, to the west of 83. We get the still imagery up here, and you see if there's any other things that show up. All right, so you got Laurie, Laurie Road, County Road 15, County Road 30 up here. County Road 30, Cook's Crossroads. So that is the area right now, the northern part of Conecuh County, that we're keeping a close eye on for the possibility of that tornado. Once again, it has been spotted. We've had a tornado on the ground with this one, likely at multiple times, and it's continuing to work its way up Highway 83. This warning is up until 8:15, which will probably take it right to about getting out of the county. And we'll see that there's a little sliver of Monroe County there just to the north of Conecuh County as well. And that is not included at the moment actually in this one. So we are getting some updates on this. I'm trying to keep everything in line here. All right, so it's actually about to move out of its warned box. So we'll see what the Weather Service does, if they continue this or not. If they do, they might actually continue it into that very northern part. Let me get my pointer up here. Right up here along Highway 83. And this is actually a little part of Monroe County. Then once it moves out of Monroe County, it's out of our viewing area. And there it is again. All right, so yeah, it's near, I'm going to mispronounce it, Lifion. So that's not one I'm familiar with, but it's going right up Highway 83, and that is the one that we know that's had a tornado because it's been spotted multiple times. We've had it spotted a couple times in Escambia County near Bruton and around Kirkland as well, and then we've had it spotted now up around Castleberry here in Conecuh County. So there has been a tornado on the ground. So this is a tropical storm, Claudette. But tropical storms do a lot of different things. They can obviously create very heavy rain, gusty winds, rough, deadly surf, and they can produce tornadoes. On the right-hand side of these things, it's not untypical to have quick spin-up tornadoes. One thing that's been a little bit atypical about this, we seem to have had a couple of stronger ones. It'll be interesting to see if we get any damage out of these. But you know, this one's in a pretty rural area, so you know, hopefully it's just knocking down some trees and that sort of thing as it works its way here up Highway 83. Then we got on the other side of your screen here, we got you some different camera shots. Okay, the top one there, that one's from Gulf Shores, and you can see those trees, the palm trees, really getting blown around. The wind gusts from this storm have been very stout. This one, a lot of times these systems don't live up up to whatever their wind speeds are. This one is far exceeding its wind speeds. So this one has got stout winds with it. Middle shot, that is Orange Beach. Rough surf, you can see that there. Double red flags are flying. And like I mentioned earlier, I hope folks are staying out of the water. Don't get in that water. I don't care if it stops raining or what. Don't get in the water. Hopefully it stays, people are intimidated by how it looks right now. It does look pretty rough, and it is really rough. And then down here in the bottom shot, I think that might actually be Dolphin Island. They've changed that one on me. Is that Dolphin Island, guys? All right, so that is Dolphin Island from the condos there in the center of the island, looking down towards the beach there in Dolphin Island. Really rough surf there as well. So we've got multiple camera shots to let you know, because I know there's only going to be, there's not a whole lot of people up here. I mean, this is a pretty rural area. So we'll keep those camera shots so you can see what some of the other things are going on. But we want to keep on this because that's the most serious part of the situation at the moment, because this has been a spotted tornado that's been spotted on the ground a couple of times. Now the Weather Service, it does 8:15, so just a few minutes, the warning will expire. I don't know yet if they plan on extending it or continuing on up to the north, but it does go until, oh, actually they've extended the timing of it until 8:30 for this one. So we're basically just going to keep tracking it right up Highway 83 as it continues to work its way through Conecuh County. That once again is a likely tornado on the ground, part of Tropical Storm Claudette, Highway 83 here. So once again, another one of those issues that you can get with a tropical system. Look at the rain. It is incredibly heavy in many spots out there. The good news is that there is a back end to all this, and you see far less rain now across Mobile County. I mean, it doesn't end completely. There are still some scattered downpours out there. You see over here on Pascagoula and Loosedale. Here in the Bay, there's some scattered downpours, but the main line, once it's done with you, things do improve. And there's that main line. Once again, it goes down through Foley and Gulf Shores, and seeing looks like we might have. Is that still, which one is that top one there, guys? They switched the cameras again. I can't tell which one that is. Looks like some rough surf, though. Oh, okay, that's Brendan down in, he is down in Dolphin Island, so he's getting that shot for us down on Dolphin Island. You can see the rain is pretty much slacked off down there in Dolphin Island, but look at the surf. It is rough. Very, very rough. So I hope folks stay out of that water. Once again, here's some of that heavier rain up around Evergreen and Bruton. This is the one I had on the possible tornado. It needs to be moved, though, because that tornado has moved, and it's up there near Highway 83. Once again, with all the rain, it doesn't show up as much here on the regular radar. All right, so looks like they're canceling. Looks like it's canceling out the 811. So, well, it hasn't disappeared from my screen yet, but they are canceling that tornado warning up in Conecuh County. So that's good news. They figure it's broadening out, and we're seeing some improvements there. But once again, we're dealing with Tropical Storm Claudette, winds of 45 miles per hour, and is tracking off to the northeast at around 12 miles per hour. So that is Tropical Storm Claudette. We're going to have more updates here as we go through the morning.
All right, thank you so much, Matt. We're going to take a quick break, but then we'll be back in just a few moments.